All right, cool. Thank you guys for getting on our team Zoom. My name is Rachel Ngoma. I'm a 5-star diamond coach and co-host Megan Ulaney, 5-star diamond coach. And tonight we have a special guest speaker. Cory Miller is a 6-star diamond coach in her first CBC, a 2-star diamond coach in her second CBC, and a diamond coach in her third CBC. And let's see what else. An elite coach, and a whole bunch of other things. So y'all, we are blessed to have her here. I hope you guys are super excited. We're gonna get to Cory's part in just one second. We're gonna do really, really fast recognition and rank advancements. So first, my team, we had Amanda Fuller, Angie Astry, Ingrid Mena, Lisa Cipriani, and Rebecca McFarland. Killed it with sponsoring new coaches on the team, and Erin Wilson, Kat McMaster, and myself with volume. And Megan.
Yay. So for volume wise, we had Haley and myself last week. We have a ton of people really close to Success Club, guys. So keep pushing. We have Rachel Loria and Paige Kaufman there now. So good job, guys. Team builders for the week: Rachel Loria, Brittany Bone, Emily Smith, Alessandra, John, Amanda Odin, Allie Bloom, Margaret Plum, Leah Battaglia, Hillary Fingerman, Nina S., Jessica Newhart, Paige Kaufman, Kara Gates, and Ava Cummings. Great job, guys. And then we have a couple rank advancements from last week. Next page or slide.
Sorry.
Paige Kaufman's Emerald. Yay! So proud of you. Her first month, Emerald and Success Club. So great job, girl. And then Diamond, Cassie Levine. I don't think she's on right now, but Cassie Levine hit Diamond. She's on Team Discover Fit. I'm so proud of her. That's amazing. And yeah, great job, girl.
Way to go. Okay, super quick announcements. I talked about Tony Robbins tickets. The special ends November 30th. It's buy 4, get 1 free and 2 for 1. So each ticket is about $500. And Tony Robbins will change your life. If you want a ticket, let me know. We're doing our sneak peek group right now. Today's day 1. You can still add people to that sneak peek. The group will last 3 days. And Megan and I will be hosting a Coach Opportunity webinar next Monday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Reminder to keep inviting for Hammer and Chisel starting December 1st and Fall Classic. Check in with your teams every day. Boom. Megan, you got anything? I'm going super fast because I want to take advantage of Cory's time.
No. We also have a live sneak peek at 9 p.m. as well, guys, tonight. It's a happy hour themed, so bring your favorite cocktail. And next week, instead of that live happy hour sneak peek, we're going to, like Rachel said, we're going to do the webinar. So that'll be really cool and live and in person. Awesome. That's it.
That's it? Okay.
Yeah.
So stop sharing because, let's see. I don't have to make you present or anything, do I, Cory? Because once you start talking, you'll take up the screen.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
As long as you can hear me. Okay, that's cool.
Okay. So you guys, I hope y'all have something to take notes with because we are super honored and blessed to have Cory Miller on our team Zoom. Like I said, she's 6-star diamond first CBC, 2-star diamond second CBC, diamond in her third CBC, elite coach, Success Club all-star legend, I think. Just a rock star coach. So have something to take notes with. Pay attention, log out of Facebook, and take advantage of this time. So Cory, it's on to you.
Well, thank you. Thanks you guys for having me. And I am kind of a windy, long-winded speaker. So Rachel, just be like, cut, like we got to get on your calls. Just tell me that because I'll start just talking too much. So yes, like Rachel said, I am a 6-star diamond coach, yada, yada, yada. Not that I don't love all that recognition, but I really am not driven by recognition. And that's honestly what I'm going to be talking to you guys about tonight is how to find financial freedom. And it's not just in a rank, and it's not just in a label, if you will. And that's what we're going to be talking about is how to build your bank through volume and through building a team and so forth. So just to give you a little bit of background about myself, I have been a coach for over 7 years now. I'm a little weird in the fact that I was never a challenger. I had only heard about the products a little bit, but one of my best friends is Janelle Summers. So I'm very lucky in that matter. She was actually an instructor at one of the gyms I was coordinating, and she came up to me and said, hey, you know, we're going to be starting this coaching thing. You know, my sister's program's Turbo Jam at the time. That's pretty much what I knew. And I was like, whatever, I don't want to do this. She's like, hear me out. So make a long story short, I went ahead and became a coach, not because I knew what the heck I was doing or what coaching was all about, but because I trusted Janelle and I trusted the relationship that we had. And I was kind of excited about it. I remember going to my husband and saying, you know what, I would be so mad at myself if this is something really cool and I passed it up. I mean, for the love of God, it's $40 down and $15 a month. That's not going to make or break us. So I might as well try this, you know? So that's kind of how I got into it. And really, in the beginning, it's not that I didn't believe in the opportunity, but you have to realize this was before even Shakeology was around. We didn't even have Shakeology back then. It's a wonder that I stuck with coaching because we didn't have the tools that we have now. Very self-taught in this business, not because Janelle's not an amazing coach, it's just because nobody knew what we were doing back then. And it's not that I didn't believe that this could be a full-time gig or a full-time thing. I just didn't get it. You know, you always hear about those people that have success with an at-home business, but I never thought it'd be me because I always thought, well, they just must be good salespeople, or that's totally not me. I'll just do this for the discount. It'll be awesome. You know, I'll still continue to teach classes, which I was doing at the time. I was a group fitness instructor, a personal trainer, and so forth. And I love fitness. I actually have my background in communications and a master's in English education, but I knew I wanted to make fitness my career. I just didn't know how financially, because I can tell you, those of you who have worked in a gym atmosphere, it's not easy to make money in fitness. It's not. And I just want to first and foremost say this. Money is not everything. I completely 100% believe that. I do. But to me, what money provides is it provides freedom. It provides choices. And, you know, just because you make a lot of money does not make you a better person by any means. At Leadership Conference just back in San Diego, one of our speakers said that very clearly. He said, you know, money does not make rich people happier. It makes happier people happier, you know, and that's basically what it is. And the reason I like talking about this topic is because I feel like sometimes it's almost like taboo. It's like we're scared to talk about the money topic because, of course, our first goal in this business is to genuinely help people. And if you're not genuine about that, you're not going to be successful. You're not going to make money. So of course that is the number one thing that we have to do, but it's okay to want to help yourself. It's okay to want to make money. And I think that sometimes coaches, we feel bad about that. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a big sharer with as far as my income is concerned. I'm not as comfortable as some others talking about exactly what I make in things. I can tell you I was able to quit my full-time job about 2 years into the business. I was able to retire my husband last year. He's 35, I'm 38. No, he's 36. He just turned 36. So he's 36, I'm 38. We have 3 kids. We're both able to be at home with them. Like, honestly, right now, I'm so sorry if you hear them because they're crazy and Nick's trying to get them to bed, but that doesn't always go so smoothly. But it's nice because we're together. We're a team. We're raising them together, and we do that from home. And I feel very, very blessed to do that. So without further ado, let me get into some of the things that I want to talk about tonight. And a lot of these things, you guys already know. You really do. I just really want to touch upon them and give some tips. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to start back to the basics, like really start back to the basics in case there's new people on the call. And I don't want, if you are brand new, don't be like, oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. That's what these calls are here for. That's what your upline sponsor is there for. But let's get back to basics. There's 4 main ways to earn an income in this business, okay? Number 1 is you make 25% commission on all sales. Of course, I always tell my team, and I think you guys know this too, it's not about the sales. The sale is really the relationship that you're forming. And so, but we do make 25% commission on all sales. There's also the team cycle bonus, which is where over time is where the majority of your income is going to come from. As a new coach, you know, most of your income is going to come from that 25% commission on sales. But over time, it really is about building a team of like-minded people. That's the most important thing. The third, and I'm going over this quickly. Believe me, I know I'm going over it quickly. The third is the matching bonus. And that is when you are a diamond coach, when you have coaches that are diamond or ruby or emerald, and they're starting to get a team cycle bonus, you get a percentage of that. And then there's the star diamond bonus. And I'm going to talk about this in a minute, but don't ever put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to the star diamond bonus. That is not the most important thing. The most important thing is building wealth over time, not just that bonus. That bonus is flashy and awesome, but if you really build your volume and you have a greater weekly check, that bonus isn't as big of a deal, if that makes sense, okay? And I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Okay, so let's go back. 25% commission on all sales. Again, it's relationship-based. I know I'm using notes, so I apologize, but relationship-based. Challenge packs are huge. You guys, that's the biggest thing that's going to get people into our business. Our challenge packs, our Shakeology, those are the bread and butter of our business, and it is what works. And that's all we're doing. We're not selling, we're sharing what works. You guys know it works. You know, we don't hesitate to say when we love a movie we just saw or a restaurant we just went to. But so many times we're like, well, I don't want to talk about how awesome 21 Day Fix is because I feel like a salesperson. How is that any different? You're just sharing what works for you. You're sharing what you know is going to change someone's life. So that's what I have to say about that. You have to not be scared to share. Team cycle bonus, difference between personal volume and team volume. So personal volume is what you buy or sell. Team volume is what goes on in your downline, okay? And again, I know I don't have a lot of time. Like literally this call, the last time I did it was like an hour long. So I'm trying to like get through some of this stuff so I can get to your tips because I talk a lot, I know. But really with the team cycle bonus, remember, for every 300 team volume points you get, 2/3 and 1/3, 200, 100, that's when you start cycling. And I know when you're a newer coach, you're like, oh, big deal. I have like 100 points in one leg and 300 points in the other. Well, I can tell you this, if you concentrate on building a team of like-minded people, that 100 is going to turn into 1,000 and then 2,000 and 3,000 and 4,000. And it's pretty soon you have 250,000 in one leg alone, you know, and believe me, I never thought that was possible until I started seeing it, you know, it is possible. It is possible if you're concentrating on building and you're concentrating on sharing and going back to the 3 vital behaviors and the basics of the business. If you still don't get it, if you don't, honestly, I can tell you this, as a new coach, it probably took me a good 6 months to a year to understand, like, for the life of me, I could not understand how another coach could end up underneath me that had nothing to do with me. I'm like, I just don't get it. Like, I understood how I could sign up, personally sponsor a coach. They could personally sponsor a coach. I did not get how someone else would end up there, okay? If you don't get it, look in your back office in the videos. I love the Michael Neiman video. I'm sure many of you have already seen it with his little wrestling characters. Honestly, I think it's one of the best videos that we have for explaining team cycle and how to earn. You got to watch it if you haven't been in there. And it's just called How to Earn Team Cycle Bonus. That's all it is. Pretty plain and simple. I'm going to skip over the matching bonus because that's 5% for rubies, 10% for diamonds. As far as the star diamond bonus is concerned, I'm just going to give you guys some numbers if you're not familiar, and maybe, you know, Rachel has shared and Megan has shared with you kind of what the bonuses are. But if you're not aware, usually the 2-star bonus is right around, depends, $800, $900, $1,000, because it's based on how much the company has made that quarter, okay? A 5-star diamond bonus, usually around $3,500 to $4,000, somewhere around there. A 10-star diamond bonus is roughly around $10,000. And I can tell you a 15-star diamond bonus is about $40,000, okay? And I know this because my coach Janelle is a triple superstar diamond, and that means she gets 3 of those each quarter. Amazing. And she's not one to talk about money. She's the most humble person in the world, believe me. But she does. That's what she makes, you know, each quarter. That's a lot of money. I mean, that's life-changing money, okay? But needless to say, one of the biggest questions that I get, especially from new coaches or seasoned coaches, is coach placement. Does it matter? And I can tell you this, yes, coach placement does matter. And I'm sure a lot of you already know this, but you really have to be aware of which one is your strong leg, which one is your weak leg, and strategize. You have to strategize. Don't get me wrong. There's been times where I signed up a new coach and I thought maybe they were just going to be doing it for the discount, which is completely fine with me. I think that that's awesome. I mean, right, I like to save money. You might as well save money, you know, doing it. And then I was wrong and they ended up building a business. I have an 8-star diamond coach on my team, and she literally signed up for the discount. She told me flat out, I am signing up for the Shakeology discount. And you just never know. So it is kind of a gamble, but you do have to strategize, okay? And I'm going to give you a couple tips about this as to what I think about placement here in a second. Okay, so next. These are what the top leaders are doing. So if you're someone whose goal is, and maybe it's not your goal, maybe you like what you do and you don't mind, but I know, Rachel, you just mentioned that a lot of people are stay-at-home moms like myself, and this is an income for you, and you may not be working outside the home right now. And whatever you're doing, you know, if this is a goal of yours, let me tell you what the top leaders are doing. Number 1, there's nothing secret about it, okay? There's no secret sauce. There's nothing different that those top earners are doing. The people in the Millionaires Club, the people that you see that are making 6 figures and so forth. We're not doing anything different. We're just doing it more. We're doing it more consistently. We're taking away the excuses. We're not going to bed until we're inviting, until the 3 vital behaviors are done. That's all. We're just doing more of it, you know, and I'm not in the Millionaires Club because I chose to build my business a little bit differently. I do have 3 business centers, but I also have my husband's business center. And a lot of what we do is in his business center. And that's just how I chose to build my business. So maybe I won't be recognized in the Millionaires Club anytime soon. And that's okay with me. You know, I'm not taking away from those people that are in the Millionaires Club, but I know what we bring home together. And that's what's most important to me. So needless to say, another thing, they're a product of the product. They're not necessarily special. They're not, I mean, I shouldn't say special. They're not necessarily skinny or exact body type. And I don't know if any of you follow me on Facebook, but recently I posted a video, you don't have to be skinny to be in fitness. And I very, very strongly believe in that. And that's somebody coming from the fitness industry for over 15 years. I am not small. Like, I'm not tiny by nature at all, especially after 3 kids. I'm not small. I struggle with my weight. It's a daily struggle because I love to eat. Plain and simple. I'm just going to tell you, exercise is never a problem for me. I work out 7 days a week, but I love to eat. But needless to say, you have to be a product of the product. You got to be on your journey. You got to be real about it. You have to share your story. And that's what people identify with. They identify with you, your struggles, your good times, your bad times. You don't have to be fake. You don't have to be fake about it. That's not what it's all about. Okay, just put yourself out there and be willing to do that. And that's where people are going to identify with you and want to work with you. Consistently, they're consistently meeting new people. That's one of the biggest things that new coaches that I mentor, you know, I'll do a lot of one-on-one calls, and I had it just today. And I'll say, okay, well, you know, who have you added to your network or the list of people that you know this week? They're like, yeah, I didn't do any. I mean, you can't beat a dead horse. You can't just constantly talk to the same people over and over. You have to consistently be meeting new people, whether that's in your community, whether that's online. Of course, Facebook is the thing that I use. That's my favorite social media platform. Whatever it is, you have to consistently be meeting new people. That's what the leaders are doing. They're just doing more of it. Instead of meeting 2 people a day, they're meeting 10. I tell this story all the time, but many of you may be familiar with Mindy Wender. She actually started about a year after I did in the business. She's one of Janelle's coaches. And we would have, back then we had calls like this, and we do check-in calls. And we say, okay, I presented the business to 3 people this week. Here's their names. I added X amount of people. Well, it used to make me mad because Mindy, I would go and I'd say, you know, I added 10 people to my network and I talked to 3 people about the business. And Mindy would get on and say, I added 50 people to my network. I talked to 20 about the business. And I'm like, what the heck? This girl is amazing, you know? And it's just because she did more than me. Plain and simple. She just did more than me. And honestly, she was one of my biggest motivations when I was working full time, and she quit her job, and she shared that she quit her job after making $1,000 a week. And I thought, well, what the heck? She started after me. And don't get me wrong, I don't think everybody should do this. I don't think you should compare yourself to other people. But if that's going to be your motivator, let it happen, because it definitely motivated me. I'll tell you that much. And so I was like, well, she can do it, I can do it. So then I, hit $1,000 and have gone up from there. But she just did more, plain and simple. And I asked her at one of our leadership events, I said, seriously, what the heck are you doing? And she's like, honestly, I do not go to bed. I do not go to bed until I message at least 10 people. I don't go to bed, and these numbers may be off. I don't remember, this was a few years ago. I don't go to bed until I talk to so many people about the business opportunity. She does not stop. And that's what it's all about. Okay, consistently introducing the biz. Building a team that duplicates. Sorry, my little reminder about our team call just came on. Okay, building a team that duplicates. You got to build a team that duplicates. If you're not, you're going to be dead in the water. You have to be finding like-minded people and then sharing what you're doing. And it sounds like you guys have an awesome system. I love that you guys talked about, the business builders, the team leaders, volume that you're doing this week. Obviously, you're recognizing that. You know how important that is. Staying engaged. You guys, you have to be going to Super Saturdays. You have to be going to Summit. You have to be going to area, events that you have. You have to be just listening to the National Wake Up Call, getting on these calls. I know I'm preaching to the choir because you guys are on here tonight, but you got to be getting on. You have to be staying engaged, plain and simple. Okay, so real quick, here's my thoughts. First and foremost, there's a difference between rank and volume, and let me explain that. I want to just preface it by saying I'm not taking away from rank, okay? I don't want you to think that, well, Cory doesn't think it's important to get to diamond. That is not what I'm saying at all. It's extremely important to get to diamond because that's when you're starting to build a team of leaders. You're starting to become a leader yourself. You're starting to build a team. You're starting to duplicate what you're doing. So please don't take that wrong. I definitely think that rank is important, but I also think that setting a rank goal in the process of getting there is what's going to build your business, if that makes sense. You know, rank is just a label. Just because somebody is a 5-star diamond or 10-star diamond does not necessarily mean that they're making the income of somebody that is lesser rank. So just realize that, you know, it's all about volume and team and what you're doing in your downline. So just remember that. Again, not taking away from rank, but it's important to know that. Don't get caught up in what other people are doing. And, you know, I shouldn't be using this after I just used that example of Mindy and how I was motivated by her, but it's true. This is what happens a lot on my team. I'll have coaches that come to me and say, oh, well, so-and-so's doing, and I'm just using this as an example, a sneak peek group. So-and-so's doing a backstage pass now. I need to be doing that. So-and-so's getting on Pinterest. I need to learn Pinterest right away. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. You have to master what works for you first, okay? There's Periscope. Periscope was the biggest one a couple months ago. Everybody wanted to get on Periscope. And I'm not saying Periscope is not a great social media outlet, but if you haven't mastered what you're currently doing, don't worry about bringing in so many other things. You know, master what you're doing first. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Who cares if so-and-so top coach is posting this? Yes, you should absolutely get inspired by what other top coaches are doing. And I'm not saying you shouldn't follow them, but you got to make it your own. Don't build somebody else's business for yourself. Your story is not the same as theirs. And that's what I see a lot of is somebody trying to run the exact same ad as another coach, or you know, trying to go a different angle than what they're comfortable with. And you can't do that. You're not going to be building a genuine business. I just have to really, really say that because I see a lot of, even my coaches, copying, pasting posts. Please don't do that. You know what I mean? You have to make it your own. You have to make it your own story. I'm very, very passionate about that. Okay. When I talked about like rank bonuses, so star diamond bonuses and so forth, what I said by that is I said, those bonuses are great. Help, you know, heck yeah, I'd like to get $40,000. But what I don't want to do is sacrifice the volume in my business just to hit a rank and not have strength in that business. Okay. So there's something that we call in my success partner and myself, Jamie, we call duct tape diamonds. Okay. Don't just try to get to a rank just to get to a rank. You know what I mean? If it's just like, because you're signing up every single member of your family. And I'm not saying you shouldn't, and I'll talk about that in a second too. But my point is don't just, you know, do it to get by. You have to be building a solid diamond. You have to be building a solid star diamond because those bonuses are great. But if you're concentrating on volume, you're going to be making up whatever that bonus is weekly. So that's what it's all about, is you have to build that. And I'm going to talk to you in a second about how to do that. Okay, so here's some of my tips. You have to be willing to invest in your business, plain and simple. Okay, this is a business. Think about it. If you are opening a brick and mortar and you're opening a franchise, say, and I'm not good at examples, but say it's like a Subway sandwich shop. I can guarantee you, if you spent $50,000 to open this franchise, and don't get on me because I honestly don't know how much it is to open a franchise, but say it's $50,000, I can guarantee you that you'd be in that building mopping the floors if you have to. You'd be in there making sandwiches if you have to, baking bread, whatever you have to do to make that successful. You'd invest your time, your energy, money, obviously. So why do we treat this business any differently? This is a business. This is a business. And the cool thing about it is you control that business. You control it. You know, to me, what this business equals is freedom. And it's freedom of my time. It's freedom to be with my kids. It's freedom to make my own schedule, to work from home, to retire my husband, to just build this house that we literally just moved into in June. And that's what's important to me. I'm able to go on vacations with my family, you know, take my kids wherever I want because of that freedom. Okay. So this is a business that, yes, I do invest in it. I invest in Facebook ads. I invest in an assistant. I have an assistant who is amazing and I invest in her. You know, you may not be to that point yet, and I'm not saying that you need to be, but it's as simple as signing up your spouse if you need to get to Emerald so you can start building a team. And I can tell you, as I mentioned, my husband is one of my diamond coaches, and his income is more than I made at a full-time job. And he doesn't do anything with the business. I work his business. But it's amazing to have that, right? So you have to invest. And if that means another $15 a month for your spouse to be a coach, that's what it means, because in the long run, over time, you're franchising yourself. And that's what's important. You're franchising yourself. So remember that, okay? Again, rank versus recognition. I already mentioned that. You have to consistently be creating some new hype in your business too, okay? So with Hammer and Chisel coming out, for example, create new hype in your business. And obviously you guys just reviewed that before the call tonight. Constantly be talking about stuff. What's coming up? Give them little teasers. Create that not just for your customers, you guys. When you have a team of coaches, create that for your team of coaches too. One thing that I like to do with my coaches, we did this last December, we've done it a couple times, is I'll do a coach only challenge, because I guarantee a lot of reasons sometimes that coaches fall off is they feel like their fitness is out of check. And so they feel like, well, I can't help somebody else if I've fallen off the wagon. I don't know how to get back on, because they forget how to be customers, if you will. They forget how to be on their own fitness journey. Do a coach only challenge. Everybody puts $10 into the pot. The winner is the person with the best transformation at the end of those 30 days or however long you want to run it. And everybody in the group votes on it. So you don't have to vote on it. That's probably like even better. So I don't have to figure it out. They vote on it, and then that winner gets the pot. And, according to compliance, it's okay as long as it's not over like, what was it, like $10,000, $5,000, something like that. My team, we don't go over that. Okay. I'll just say that. It's about $500, somewhere around there. We're fine. Do something like that. You have to be willing to develop an emerald factory. And what I mean by that is really concentrate on helping your coaches get to emerald. Creating an emerald factory is really where you're going to start to build volume, because they're going to start to see a team bonus. You're going to start to see a team bonus. It just kind of moves up from there. So really concentrate on that emerald factory. How am I doing on time, Rachel? Am I good? I have 2 minutes. I'm good. Okay. 2 more things. Engage all your team and all your coaches. So if you haven't already heard of this, is the Refer 3, Get Yours Free. If you have coaches that are discount coaches, say to them, hey, how would you like to get your Shakeology for free? And not even just discounted, but for free. If you refer 3 people to me, you could get your Shakeology for free. And maybe you guys have already heard this, but really quickly, what you would then do is say, hey, they can plug into my challenge groups that I'm hosting and that I'm running or whatever it may be, but you give those customers your coach's website to order from, so they're making that commission, okay? Because guess what? In the long run, that $30 commission off a Shakeology sale is nothing compared to the volume that you're going to be getting each week if you're an emerald or above. Okay, so that's a Refer 3, Get Yours Free. And the last thing I'm going to say, because I know I'm out of time, is you've got to take charge of your own business. You have to take charge of your own business. It is a business. Like I said, don't worry about the fact that I hear this all the time. Well, I didn't get into it early enough, or I'm on an inside leg, or my upline does this, or, there's no excuses. You're in control of your own business. It doesn't matter where you were placed. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You can have tons of volume and be in an amazing spot, but if you're not building your own business, it doesn't matter. That just goes to the wayside. You're in control of that, not where you were placed or what your upline's doing. You're the CEO of your own business. You control your own destiny. You control your own destiny. It's up to you to figure out what you're going to do with that business. Okay. So I'm sorry. I know I'm out of time, Rachel, but I think I said almost everything I wanted to say.
Dude, that was awesome. Oh my God. That was so good. This is going to be a call that we're going to be sharing that recording. Whoa. That was really
Thank you. That was amazing.
And I know we have to go jump on your call right now, so we don't have time for Q&A or anything like that. But can everyone just say thank you very much to Cory and wave bye-bye? And I'll be jumping on your call in a second, and I'll get this recording up tonight, hopefully. But thank you so much, Cory. You're awesome. I appreciate you so much.
We'll talk to you.
Awesome. And I took furious notes, guys, so I'll share that too.
Awesome. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for getting on.
Bye.